अरे भाई फिन so much back pain. टीएस पे है क्या तू?
Connected. Channel switched. Channel switched. Channel switched.
नहीं है टीएस पे. रेस्ट करो भाई. हाँ
Got
Kinda nice
16
guy
by
as well.
Taco. twice, I
But
think.
didn't you 16-0 us as well?
I was out of the team then, man. I'd left. You, simple drama, I'm sure a little bit later. Maybe we kept tabs on that. Taco, I'm sure you've been asked this a million times, but it is Tuesday, which is Taco Tuesday, and we've planned this perfectly. How do you feel about tacos? Because I guess you probably have been asked this question maybe 100 times.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah.
Well, I was never a fan of tacos. It's not my favorite food, and Mexican food is also not my favorite food. Yeah, I'm weird, I would say.
No, that's all right. That's all right. Like, I'm a sponge. I'm not really a big fan of sponges either. So, look, let's roll the bumper. Let's get into the hot seat, and let's get into some serious questions with Taco. Get to it, Luke. Right, we don't want to burn anybody here tonight. We'll see how the show goes. Taco, thank you for joining us. First and foremost, before we get into talking about the 0-0 Nation situation, the Godsend stuff, where are you right now? What's going on?
Hello guys, hello everyone watching at home. It's a big pleasure for me to be here. It's my second time here, so
Yes.
it means you guys liked the first one. Thank you guys.
Hey, look, when we can get a multi-major winner and Brazilian legend on the show, mate, we're definitely going to take the opportunity, especially with Rio coming up. And we're looking where you are right now. You mentioned to us before you're in Germany right now?
Yeah, we planned our boot camps differently this time. We tried to focus on a little bit of life quality as well. We started our season in Brazil playing the RMR Open, and we had a very small preparation. We were just after vacation, after the break, the players break. We had a week of preparation, but I'm happy that we were able to qualify in the first one, the first Open qualifier, which gave us a lot of time to plan and practice with calm. So what we decided to do was going to Portugal right after Brazil. Portugal is a place that you play with 60-50 ms, which is not really good. But we could in Portugal we feel good. We have a lot of life quality. We have food that we like to eat. People speak our languages, our language. I mean, it's just different. And then we spent 15 days in Portugal, but also practicing against EU teams and getting used again to their level and rhythm, which is a bit different. And then after these 15 days, we are here in Germany, and then we're gonna have another 15 days of practice with 5 ms, which is great. Then we can just focus on the tournament, and when we play the close IMR to the major, we're gonna be, like hot. We're gonna be feeling good and confident, and I mean, I'm just feeling good about the way we did things.
It sounds like a lot of lead time, mate. That sounds really good. Like 30 days of practice in Europe before a massive event like the RMR for the major in your own country. It sounds like you guys have been using the time really, really well.
Yeah, we are a new team, right? When we built this 0-0 Nation lineup right before DreamHack Valencia, we had only 7 days of practice or something like that. So we, after Cologne was the players break, so we didn't have much time to practice as well. So it's more like, okay guys, we're starting now, let's get to work and let's build something good here.
All right, well, yeah, hit it, Striker.
Here's one question now that you mentioned the RMR and only having a week to prepare for it. Last time you had to qualify through North America. This time it wasn't possible and you had to go to South America. Which one's harder?
South America was definitely harder, being really fair. It's not, I mean, I don't want to roast NA or something like that, but NA was kind of not easy, but was the level of challenge was not as big as in Brazil. We had maybe 10 or 12 teams in Brazil fighting for that spots.
Do you think it's good now? Because like when you look back with your progression into top tier Counter-Strike, you kind of built the way for these other teams not to have to go live in North America like you had to back in the day. That must feel pretty good.
Yeah, it's not that we loved being away from home and living in NA. We didn't choose that. It was more like we needed to do that. We needed to be there, and we needed to play CS, and that's what we wanted to do. So of course, obviously, we were there because we wanted to, but also to play Counter-Strike, at least at my time. There was no way to play in South America, and being able to do it now, it feels really great, feels really good. I'm not sure if the young guys, know this, but yeah, it's something else. Like living away from home for many years could be difficult.
Yeah, for sure. Well, let's jump back in the timeline here a little bit. Let's talk about when it went from Godsent, right? Because you built this project, right? It was you had Dead there, you had all the boys there, everything was looking good, trending quite nicely, and then this transition to 00 Nation came in, where you reunited with Cold. Obviously, Tri came across with Cold as well. Well, I guess you guys came to 00 Nation, but the majority of your Godsent team came to 00 Nation. So the merging of the minds here. Can you kind of fill us in how this all came about?
Yeah, it was more Godsent becoming 00 Nation than 00 Nation becoming Godsent, because we just brought everything that we have, not only players but all the staffs and coach, analysts, and everyone that was working with Godsent in CSGO, manager, staffs, and everyone. So we really liked what we were doing there. We didn't want to just move to another organization and finish the path. So it was more like 00 Nation, 00 Nation becoming Godsent in a way, and Code and Try joining our system. Let's put it like that.
Okay, all right. That's a nice way to frame it there.
What was the main motivation then behind moving the organizations, essentially?
Well, in Godsent, we were not. I mean, with 00 Nation, we would have more structure, to be fair. Not that we didn't have in Godsent, because they just did everything they could to. I mean, we had a boot camp, we could travel a lot. I mean, we had a great time in Godsent, but we wanted more, and we felt like that we needed something different. So, and it was actually not. It was not the players or me or anything in the organization. It was just a lot of organizations sending us offers. We had a lot of offers from NA teams, not only me, but my players as well. So it got to a point that we had to do something to stick together, because Godsent is not a big organization with a lot of money that we see in NA, or even some orgs in EU as well. So to stick together to continue our project, we had to do this move, and I'm happy that 00 Nation. I feel like they are the right place. I hope so.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
look, was this a conversation that was had like with Cold Zero and you, or like was Dead in like how? Because it's a curious one, because it's like Godsent's been absorbed by 00 Nation, kind of by what you're explaining here, and it makes sense because 00 Nation can offer you more in terms of resources. But I'm just curious, like how this conversation started, because you mentioned if some of your other players were getting messages
Poached,
from
essentially, yeah.
I understand that. Is that like Dead getting on the offensive? Is that Cold going, yo, my team's not working out with these guys? Like, how did that all unfold?
Yeah, 00 Nation, their team, their CSGO team was destroyed, not destroyed, but they would just split up everyone. And Code Zero didn't. I mean, Code Zero had the organization. He was with 00. They wanted to build something around Code Zero, and Code Zero just. I think they sent a message to Dad or something like that, and that's how it started. But I mean, the first plan was not to have Try. Try didn't want to come to our team. He was not happy in 00 Nation, not the org, but with the old lineup. He was not happy playing there, and he just wanted to come back to his country and do something else. So the first team that was joining 00 Nation was 4 of Godsent, including Barting, Lato, Dumao, and me, and we would just join Code Zero in 00 Nation. And after a week of talks, Try changed his mind, and we just decided to not leave Barting. I mean, it was really difficult for me. This change was in my CS career was one of the most difficult, if not the most difficult. I had to stay home like 3 days without talking to anyone. I was really sad. I really love the guy. He was a really good worker, a really good player, improving every day. A nice human being. So I felt really bad to leave him. You know, to leave him behind. And in a way, that's what happened. But that in another way, that's how it had to be. So it made a lot of sense trying our lineup because he's a sniper. We didn't have a Alper.
I remember from last time we talked,
Yeah.
you were like, yeah, everyone's open. Everyone who wants to AWP can AWP in the old roster. Now you've got a primary open, so that must be a nice little change for everybody.
Yeah. So I mean, at the time, that's what I had. You know, I had to work with 5 players that nobody was a sniper, so I had to make it work. So definitely having the chance to have a actual Alper is very different, and I'm enjoying a lot playing with Try.
Is it better in this system? I know you were pretty optimistic about the previous system, and having a little bit less predictability. How do you look at that now? Having a sniper when you spend so much time not really having one.
It's just too OP, the weapon. It's you have to have someone that is specialist on that weapon in your team. Of course, that not having a main sniper in Godsend, I'm not the guy that will complain, I will just try to make it work, and I tried. We made a lot of stuff like double op setups. I mean, for a team without a sniper, having a double op setup could be something different. We tried a lot. We tried many things. We tried people randomly buying the AWP and playing their positions when they wanted to. Then we wanted to fix some positions that we really need a sniper for someone to. I mean, I was AWPing on Dust, for example, and I learned a lot. It was good. I mean, talking about my individual part, it was really important. I got to play with the sniper. I played against great teams, and I was AWPing on T side on Dust, and I feel like I know a lot. I'm even giving tips to try sometimes.
It's a different perspective though, right? Like once you get to use it yourself and you focus on it a little bit more, it definitely would probably give you a different perspective on how you wanted to use an AWPer or the limitations on the AWPer in your team. But I think the big one here that everybody's excited to know how this works is Cold Zero's addition to the team. Right? There was actually a question. Let me see if I can bring this one up. It might take me a moment to find it. But from let's pair this one with the relationship that you and Cold have had over the years. But back when the SK Luminosity days, you two were the duo, right? Like you were the selfless player who would help enable Cold. You're always there, and a lot of people would speak about that duo in that way. And now you're back together after all these years. What was that like, getting to reunite in that fashion?
Well, to be really fair, I was not planning to play with Code again. I was doing my thing, and I was just looking at looking at what was in front of me. It was not planned, but when the chance appeared, of course we had a talk. We played for many years before together, and there are a lot of stuff that were left behind in terms of negative stuff, So the first thing I did was washing the clothes, cleaning the dirty. We had a talk, stuff that we didn't want to repeat about the past, stuff that I think that is not wrong, stuff that I think is not wrong, is not right, stuff that I think that we did bad on the past as well. So that was my first move for me to play with Code again, I think we should fix some stuff, and that's what I did. That's my first move playing with Code Zero. So we talked a lot, we discussed a lot. I explained him the system that we had in Godsend, how we work, the way we like to work, and he was very happy. His feedback was also really good. He has a lot to add in the team in terms of experience, to help me, to guide the guys, to be the second caller in game. He was really good doing that and helping Fallen at my time. So right now, I'm after a month, 2 month playing with Code now. I'm enjoying it a lot, and the thing is, he works really hard. I work really hard too. So we are always talking CS. We are always watching CS. We are always playing CS. We are putting a lot of hours in game, and last time we did that, we had a lot of success. So I'm hoping that we can find this success again, and that we are just working hard.
In what way is it different, compared to before when you were working with Code? Obviously, your role has changed a lot, and you have a lot more authority over, let's say, over him as well. As the in-game leader of this team, while before it was Fallen who had that job. So how's the dynamic changed between you two? You were always looked at as like this buddy duo that like everybody kind of liked because you guys liked each other. So how is that different now?
Yeah, it's weird, right? But he really joined our system. He respects a lot what the in-game leader says. He respects a lot our coach. He respects a lot our analyst. I mean, I feel like he's in the right place to just focus on working hard and being, not as good as before, because it's really difficult, and CS changed a lot, and the style that he played before is a style that everyone nowadays can play, and so it's different now. It's different, and I'm happy that he understands that, and he's doing his best to help the team.
So is that like a trans? Yeah, you want to go, Prof? I think we're going to ask the same thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I think my question was, so were the problems that you kind of have to go through and figure out, or was that then connected to like him being maybe too vocal or trying to take control of the team or stuff like that, or something else?
Yeah, we don't have problems with that. To be really fair, since the big, I had this fear. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
I had this fear in the beginning, but it's just not a thing anymore. Not anymore, but it was never a thing. We respect a lot in our team. We respect a lot what the in-game leader says, and we have a lead and a leader, and I'm happy that I can just focus on doing my work in that term. Code is he has his mind in the right place, it feels like.
Would you say Cold still has like star roles and positions on the team, or is he now doing more supportive stuff to try and prop up the newer individuals like Try and Dumao, for example, the next generation?
Right now the roles, I mean, he has some hard work to do in terms of new city side positions.
Are you going to make him like hold B on Mirage, right? Give him all your bad spots that you used to do back in the day. Say, listen, mate, you go play V. You can jump spot for the whole round. I'm going to go do something a bit more active.
No, I wish I could. But I wish, but when in Godsend, when we built the team, we had 4 solo bomb players, like 4 guys that used to be on B side, and I tried to be that guy that would play A and other positions, but everyone just to like, in the end, everyone was like, okay, Taco, can you come back B? We need you on B. And then I had to go back to my old positions and take it again. But Code, it's not that he has the worst positions, but right now it's a mix of everything, I would say. I'm playing much more aggressive, for example, because that's something we need. We have 4 very passive players in Lato, Dumao, Code, even Try. They are not aggressive players that find space on the map, entry fraggers and stuff like that. So I'm gonna still do my job. I'm gonna still get the space for the team. Of course, some maps, and it's not like SK, Like in SK, it was literally like that. I would be on the corner of a map, like let's say that's true. Everyone can understand, it's easy. I would be B. I would be the B guy. I would hold B. I would do my best. I mean, to hold B and get information and try to read the game. After that, after the hold, we would go to execution together with the team. I would be the first to go in. City side, I was the B player, the solo bomb player, and I'm happy that my team trusts me a lot because I was many times by myself on my bomb sites. And the thing is, I didn't have many opportunities to kill, to find kills, to see kills. I mean, it was hard for me in SK, but now it's a bit different. Now it's like I told you guys, it's a mix of everything. So I'm also in this mix. I mean, at least T side. Some positions I need to control the map. For example, let's say Ancient. Ancient is a map that I have to play mid because I'm the game leader, so I have to give the calls. I need to be, you know, in the middle of the map. I can't just be A holding A, and it's impossible to call like that. What Code Zero is helping me a lot is also with the mid round calls. He's organizing the team a lot. For example, in the maps that I'm not together with everyone, like for example overpass, I still hold B on overpass B side. So Code Zero is pretty much controlling we call it block, not block, but
The group, I guess.
the group. Yes.
Yeah.
Code Zero is just controlling the 3 guys with him.
Okay.
Dumao is the one that is holding blue connector. I don't know how is it in Europe, but
Yeah,
in NBA it's
underpass.
blue, underpass. So Dumao is that guy, and then Code is controlling Lato and Try for the hold and how they're gonna take mid, how they're gonna finish the hold. So pretty much in the maps that I'm not with the group, it's Code Zero controlling at least the hold and the first steps of the round, and I'm reading and giving the end round calls, how we will finish the round, how we will approach the round, and the smokes and the nades we're gonna throw and stuff like that. So it's a mix of everything, and but it's a system, you know.
Sure.
In the end, it's our system, and that's how we are working right now.
All right. I wanted to pivot here a little bit and talk about Dumao, because it seems like he could be the next big thing, right? Like he's already shown some really strong promise as an individual. I think everybody's seen a couple of glimpses of that, but you get to play with this guy every day. Where do you think he's going to find himself in terms of, if we're ranking best Brazilian players, do you think this could be his next 6 months to really put himself in that conversation?
Well, Dumao, the thing is, the guy, he's a big fan of Michael Jordan, for example,
Okay.
and he follows all his steps. He wants to be the best, and that's what he says. I'm not here just trying to pretend something and stuff like that. That's what he says. I want to be the best, and he works to be the best. He has his life. I mean, he has his routine. He eats good. He goes to the gym. He does everything he can outside of the game and inside the game to become a very good and strong player. So I trust him. I have a deal with him. He once told me, Taco, when I do a mistake, you can go hard. Like you can say it. Just say it.
Oh shit.
Because I want to improve, and that's the best way to do it. So that's the kind of conversations I have with this guy. So I trust him. I'm gonna do all I can to make him a great player. I have a lot of experience that I can give to him, that I can show him. I can definitely help him a lot, and that's what I've been doing for a year and some months now that we are playing together. He has a lot of potential. The guy's good. He works hard, and it's just a matter, in my opinion, it's just a matter of time until Dumao becomes a top player.
Okay, that's cool. He likes the tough love. That's nice. You know, not too many of those beating around these days. You know, most people need it done gently and softly and in a safe space. So that's all right. You can tell him when he's made a mistake. That's cool. All right, let's jump forward here a little bit. Actually, we're still going back, but in the order. So Godsent, then 00 Nation, and then you mentioned it before. You guys played Cologne. Now you started in the play-ins for Cologne. The match there that I want to focus on the most is the win over Imperial, right? You guys beat Imperial to qualify to the main stage. How did that feel? Did it feel like, was that a special match, or was that just it's just not a fucking game? Who cares?
Nah, it was definitely special. We didn't want to lose. I was nervous. I was scared at the beginning of the game. I was not at my, I was not at my right place of mind, to be honest. And I'm just happy that the three young guys were killing everyone and destroying that game. They played really well, but I'm also happy that I could give the confidence for them to do that. They have a lot of respect for Fur, for Fallen, and FNX. They grew up watching these guys playing, so playing against them in a, let's say, difficult match because it had a lot of pressure, and of course it was just the playing and stuff like that. But it was a lot of pressure to especially for young guys to handle. And I was really happy that they just played like they were playing a pug, and they played really well. And me and Code Zero, I don't think we had a really good performance in that game, but
Do you think you were more nervous than the other three?
that's what I think.
Yeah.
I can't talk for Code Zero, but I think I was more nervous than the young guys.
That's pretty cool.
I kind of remember a pre-match interview there with you and Fallen. I think it was Freya. And if I remember correctly, you were saying that this is nothing special. It's just another game. Both of you guys, like the whole broadcast, like trying to hype this up. Oh, it's the big Brazilian matchup. Like all of these major winners playing against each other. You're like, no, it's just another. We're just playing CS. I don't even look at the names. And now it's like, no, I was actually nervous.
That's what you tell your brain before the match, you know?
Yeah, it didn't
No.
work that well for you.
Yeah, it didn't work very well.
But you won.
Definitely.
Say it enough, to believe it.
Yeah.
The win's the win. We're looking for the W around here, right? So, okay. And then you guys went on to the main event in Cologne, and then you had it was a 2-0 against FaZe, but you had double digits in both maps, and then the game against Liquid. But I imagine, based off what you told us before of the limited practice before the event, qualifying for the main stage was probably exceeding expectations.
Yes. We had 2 match points against Liquid on Mirage. I remember pausing that game, and that was my mistake as well, because I forgot that they saved AWP, and I called A execute on Mirage, and OC, he was just triple box, and he destroyed everyone, and we lost that round. I regret a lot this call, but was definitely, I mean, during the tournament, after the match against FaZe, we knew that we could do damage. I felt that we had chances against FaZe. I was not expecting us to win against FaZe, being honest, but we did damage, and I felt that we had that Ancient, even though it was 15-5 to them. The round that we lost, I mean, it's the twist ace, and then Brokey 1 versus 3, and rounds like that we lost, and still the game was 15-13. We lost both pistol rounds, if I'm not mistaken. So yes, we lost both pistol rounds. So Ancient, I felt that we had that map, and after Ancient we played Inferno. I don't, even though the score line was good, I don't think we had big chances in that map. But after that game, I was like, man, we can do damage. We face Liquid. We know how Liquid plays. Even though they had a new lineup with Yekindar, but we have an idea because we play against each other a lot in NA. So it's more like that game that you know how to play against them. It's fine. It's not difficult, you know. So the Liquid game, even though we had 2 match points, they just destroyed us on Ancient. They were much more prepared than us to play the map. And even though I got sad that we lost, I also got really happy that we showed a lot of potential, and the young guys, the young players, they didn't feel the pressure. We had great moments, we had great rounds, and definitely it was more than we expected that tournament.
Well, I guess that's the positive, right? Because then now they can. Well, actually, Proper Strike, anything around Cologne that you want to talk about here, or the team?
Not necessarily.
No,
I think
not
he kind of covered the whole thing, like from start to finish. I think it was a pretty great like kind of debut on a big stage, even though it wasn't the debut for the team, but it was kind of the first time a lot of people like watching CS saw you, and you like left a good taste for 0-0 Nation that has been really struggling, and even Godsent, you guys kind of missed out on a couple of tournaments there. So kind of those 2 teams coming together, and a good first impression, I think.
As well, like obviously in the lead up now, and this is where we already touched on some of this before. You mentioned you did 15 days in Portugal, now you're going to do 15 days in Germany, and then obviously you have the America's RMR, which will be taking place in Stockholm. You're doing a around the world trip at the moment by the sound of things, but like that lead in time. So the break, we know that it's 4 weeks for the tournament break. Is that, did
Yes, sir. Eating her. What's up? Hello, Raven. I was eating, man. I'm not playing now. I'm playing now. I was eating. मेरा वो क्यों नहीं शो हो रहा है यार? गेम क्यों नहीं शो हो रहा? गेम कैप्चर तो ऑन है. What the heck? Fuck भाई.
दूर एक जहां में वीर अमर
शिफ्ट में क्या आ रहा है? कोड इन डूम कोड
वीर माता में तेरा बच्चा टीवी साइबर नाइस है
Never mind, I guess. What the fuck?